Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Rafia Wasi from Civil and Environmental Engineering at Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, Sylhet. Today, we are going to talk about a very important topic of economics, the basic concept. This is the foundation of the subject and it is part of the chapter called Demand, Supply and Equilibrium. In this video, I will explain three key things. 1. The definition of economics. 2. The idea of scarcity along with the production possibility frontier and opportunity cost. 3. Finally, why we study economics and how it helps us in real life. So, let's get started. What is economics? Economics is the science of how people make choices to satisfy their wants in a world of scarcity. Now think about this. We all have so many wants. Maybe I want a new phone, a better house, delicious food, education, travel, and the list never ends. But do I have unlimited money or time to get all of this? No, that's the problem. Our wants are endless, but our resources like money, land, time, and labor are limited. This situation forces us to make choices, and economics is basically the science of choice. It teaches us how to choose wisely, how to manage scarce resources, and how to get the maximum benefit out of them. Scarcity, the heart of economics. Scarcity means shortage. Scarcity is the basic economic problem that arises because resources are limited while wants are unlimited. Imagine this, you have only 100 taka in your pocket. With that, you can either buy a nice meal or a new notebook. But you cannot buy both. That's scarcity in action. Because of scarcity, every society has to answer three fundamental questions. 1. What to produce? 2. How to produce? And 3. For whom to produce? And to explain scarcity more clearly, economists use a very famous model called the Production Possibility Frontier or PPF. Production Possibility Frontier (PPF). Now let me explain the PPF in simple language. The PPF is a curve that shows the maximum possible combinations of two goods or services that an economy can produce using all available resources efficiently given current technology. Suppose a country can produce only two goods, rice and cloth. If the country uses all its resources to produce rice, it will have no cloth. If it produces more cloth, then it will have to produce less rice. So, there is always a trade-off between the two goods. That trade-off is what the PPF represents. On the PPF, we can identify three types of points. 1. Efficient points, A and B points. These are the points that lie exactly on the curve. They represent full and efficient use of resources. For example, if the country is producing both rice and cloth in such a way that no resource is wasted, that's an efficient point. 2. Inefficient point. C point. These are the points inside the curve. They show that resources are not being used fully. Maybe workers are unemployed or machines are unused. For example, if the country could produce more rice and cloth but is not doing so, that's inefficiency. 3. Unattainable points. D points. These are the points outside the curve. They represent a level of production that are not possible with the current resources and technology. For example, producing a huge amount of both rice and cloth at the same time is simply not possible now. The shape of the PPF is usually concave or bowed outward. This is because of the law of increasing opportunity cost, which I will explain now. Opportunity cost. Whenever we make a choice, we give up something else. That thing we give up is called the opportunity cost. Let's take a personal example. If I spend my evening making this YouTube video, I cannot use the same time to go out and watch a movie. So the opportunity cost of making the video is the fun and entertainment of watching the movie. In economics, opportunity cost is very important. On the PPF, if the country moves from one point to another, increasing the production of cloth, it has to sacrifice some amount of rice. The sacrificed rice is the opportunity cost of producing more cloth. Opportunity cost reminds us that every decision has a cost, and that cost is the value of the next best alternative. Now comes the last part. Why do we study economics? The answer is simple. We study economics because it helps us to understand the world around us to make better decisions. Economics teaches us how to deal with scarcity and how to make choices wisely. It shows us how to use resources efficiently so that nothing goes to waste. It also helps government make policies that improve the economy, create jobs, and reduce poverty. But economics is not just for governments, it is for all of us. In our personal lives, economics helps us decide how to spend our money, how to use our time, and how to plan for our future. For example, if you are a student, economics can help you think about how to balance study, part-time work, and leisure. So, economics is not only about money or markets. It is about life. It is about making choices every day. To conclude, economics begins with a simple truth. Our wants are unlimited, but our resources are limited. Because of this, we face scarcity, which forces us to make choices. The production possibility frontier shows us how those choices work in terms of efficiency, inefficiency, and unattainability. And the concept of opportunity cost reminds us that every choice has a price, the sacrifice of the next best alternative. By studying economics, we learn how to manage scarcity, how to use the resources efficiently, and how to make better decisions for ourselves and for society. So, economics is truly the science of choice. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content on economics.